Let's kick off, Carter, with the TikTok ban in the US. Now, this is quite a crazy story. The idea is the Supreme Court has basically just announced that TikTok will be banned in the US from, I'm not sure the specific date, I think it's January 19th, around sometime in January. You're a TikTok user?
Oh, am I a TikTok user? I'm the biggest TikTok user. That's
Oh,
all
really?
I do.
I've been for a long
Just
time?
scroll on TikTok. Yeah, since the start of TikTok.
Wow, nice. Oh, because it used to be...
Musically.
Musically,
I
that
wasn't
was
on
it.
Musically though.
Oh, okay.
Once it turned to TikTok, I was.
And do you have a specific type of thing you watch on TikTok, or is it you just let the For You page?
Yeah,
do
I
its
just let
thing?
it do its thing.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, it's catered to what you like
Yeah.
anyway, right? So yeah, all good. Because for me, the reason why I ask is because for me, so I use TikTok as a creator, right? I have done for maybe 18 months now, and before that, I never had the app, right? I never had the
Really?
app. Never had it. I mean, I'm a little bit older, right? So I could touch older, so I kind of missed the boat a little bit. Like Instagram, I was all over it from day one. TikTok, a little bit less. And then even when I had it as a creator, I never used the For You page, right? I don't follow anyone, and my following is on zero, and
That's
I never,
crazy.
bro, I never used to use the For You page because I know I have quite an addictive personality, and I knew I would just be, sitting on that thing the whole time.
Yeah.
And then probably about maybe a year ago, I thought, well, hang on a minute, if it's that, curated to my tastes, then I'm going to find good things to watch. Started using it, and boy, is it addictive.
Oh,
It's so addictive,
it's
isn't
like
it?
drug. It's like a drug.
Well, it is literally, yeah. The dopamine coming out, it's mad.
The technical side of things, I don't know.
Well, put it this way, it's one of those things where it knows what you want and it gives it to you in abundance, right? So rather than, on YouTube where, I mean, obviously YouTube still has a For You to an extent, still has an algorithm, as does Instagram, of course. TikTok, I think, is it's hyper specific, and let's not get into conspiracy theories, but there definitely are quite scary examples of times where you and me could be talking about, I don't know, say I've got a mouse in my apartment and I talk about mouse traps or whatever, then an hour later there'll be something mouse related on For You, right? Always happens. Always happens every time.
That's like the shop on Instagram shop.
Oh yeah.
They'll talk about something and then they'll say, buy this now.
Boom.
That scares me every time I see that.
Yeah, it's weird, eh? It's a little bit intense, and I always think I don't think there's someone like a physical person listening to our phone, obviously, but there will be obviously automated AI led voice recognition software, and man, it's freaky. Yeah, it's
Scary.
really scary. So as a younger person, you 19?
19 next year.
19 next year. Okay, 18, right. So as a younger person, you're the prime kind of age to have this question put to you. Do you feel that in your life TikTok has been a positive influence or a negative influence or both, or what do you think?
Both, I think.
Okay, go on.
Positive as in it's fun. It's so fun. Just sit and scroll. I love sitting and scroll. Sitting in my bed and scrolling is one of the best things I can do.
Yeah.
But then on the positive side, on the negative side, it's it gives false images to not to me, but I feel like to the younger than me, especially the girls. I have 10-year-old baby cousins, my nieces, that want to do skincare and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm like,
wow.
it just gives off the that side of thing.
That's a good way of putting it. I never even thought about the idea that it actually gets not just your attention, but products to you that you wouldn't particularly. I never thought of it like that. You would never typically buy skincare until you're like, what? I mean, I didn't buy it until I was in my 20s, where I still barely even buy it now, to be honest, man. But 10 years old.
But at least teens,
Yeah, at least, yeah, surely. That's mad. And it's interesting, isn't it, about, like you say, scrolling in bed, because I'm the same now. And I used to, say to myself, I'll never get to that point. And now I'm at a situation where I think to myself at work, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to watch a movie tonight. I'm going to watch this show or whatever.
Yeah.
And I just won't bother because I'll just be sitting there scrolling because it's just so good. And I think the other interesting thing is the attention span situation, what it's done to people's attention span. Because I don't know about you, man, but I can barely concentrate on one thing now. Honestly, I'm just always looking for the next thing. So that's a tricky one too, attention span.
Well, sometimes I feel like I can't really sit down and watch a movie anymore, but things that are interesting, like sport, I could watch sport for hours.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
I think it just comes down to interest and stuff.
What should go to? Basketball?
Yeah.
Yeah,
At
nice,
the moment,
man.
because
you have a team?
the Celtics.
Oh, nice, man. Awesome.
Everyone's gonna call me a bandwagon because we won last year, but
Oh, really?
I've been on the Celtics plane since I was born.
No, that's awesome. It's interesting, isn't it? How we're deviating slightly here, but I think I think time zones is quite a big thing to do with it because I'm a big football fan, but over here I can't watch football live because it's always like 3 or 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
Whereas, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think quite a few basketball games you can watch live because
Yeah,
of the
most
time
of them are
zones.
midday.
Well, there you go then. Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, amazing. Yeah. Whereas football, damn, I've got to like not look at my phone and like watch it at like 9 a.m. like
Yeah.
pretending it's live, even though it's not. It's ridiculous. But yeah. So TikTok being banned, it's a big thing. It's I don't really know if it will happen. I think it's one of those things where it's used as like a political football.
Yeah.
You know, it gets passed from pillar to post. But obviously, Donald Trump is coming in January, mid-January,
Yeah.
and he, you know, I'm going to be factual here. He has a real big negative attitude towards China and Chinese people.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's racist. He is. There's no two ways about it. He is.
Yeah.
And you know, particularly around COVID, he was despicable. Some of the things he said about
Yeah.
Chinese culture and Chinese people, it was terrible.
Yeah.
So my point is, if a TikTok ban is on the table, I think Donald Trump coming into office, I think that would be he would see that as a real win for the US, you know, getting one over China. So it's a tricky one. But I think as well, I think the idea is that they've given them an ultimatum. They're going to force them to sell it. So ByteDance, you know, parent company.
Yeah.
He's basically said, either you sell it, the court has said either you sell it or you lose it. And I think they said that they would rather lose it because the algorithm is such a unique
Yeah.
thing to the app. Yeah, weird one, eh?
That's so weird.
Yeah, so weird. Do you how do you think you'd feel if TikTok was just banned overnight?
Oh, I don't know what to do with myself. I don't know what I'd do.
Yeah, man, you have to go on YouTube Shorts. Not the
Ugh. What? Yuck. YouTube Shorts.
same. No, I know what you mean. It's just not quite the same, is it? Like it really, really isn't. And I think with TikTok, like I said, it's one of those things where a couple of years ago I would have turned my nose up to it and been like, no, I'm better than that. Whereas
Yeah.
you at 18 scrolling in your bed, me 31 scrolling in my bed, we're probably watching different things. Well, probably some similar things, but we're doing the exact same
Yeah,
activity,
yeah.
right? So in many ways, it kind of unites people from like different
Yeah.
ends of the age spectrum. I think it's really cool. So yeah, like I think you're absolutely on the money. There are positives with it, and it brings your interests to you, and it makes you learn
Yeah.
about things. But at the same time, yeah, it definitely does have that negative side to it with the young ones. That's pretty crazy.
That's my biggest negative.